that story has indeed everything to do with the school choir that you hear on that track. However, the story that Pink Floyd would have paid for that school is not quite true. Pink Floyd did pay for this building here though, Britannia Row. This is Britannia Row Studios, and Pink Floyd bought this place, and at one point the master tapes for The Wall were sent over from France, because the first album that was completely recorded here by Floyd was Animals. The Wall was done in France. The tapes were shipped over here to be finished and to go to press with, and the producer is listening to it and thinks, this is missing something yet, it needs something, and he thinks a little bit of choral work over top, that's just the ticket. And he talks to one of the sound engineers here and says, aren't you good friends with the music teacher at the school here? Yeah. Do you reckon he could gather up some of the kids from his school choir to come over here and sing these couple of lines in for us? Yeah, I'm sure he'll be okay with that. So the sound engineer gives his buddy, the music teacher, a call, explains what he's after, and music teacher says, yeah, no sweat. And judging by all records, the music teacher there was a really cool dude, because not only did he wear jeans to work, shock, he also smoked in class, and apparently he had a poster of Nevermind the Bollocks hanging over his desk in the classroom. So when he got this call, he was all up for it. So he selected 12 kids out of his school choir and marched them over here to Britannia Row, where they did the singing, and the album gets finished, it gets put out there. And of course, this is the late 70s, and the late 70s here in the UK is not a very good time economically. There's a lot of unemployment and lots of strikes, and Maggie Thatcher is in charge here at that point, and she is not amused to see a song at #1 in the charts telling all these kids that, you know, don't bother going to school because look at it, what's out there, so we don't need no education. So the proverbial hits the air moving device, and so it's not long before our friend the music teacher is called into the office of the headmistress and gets asked, who gave you permission to take the kids out of class to go do this? Did you get parental consent to let the kids participate in this? And of course, no, he hadn't, and no, he didn't. So the next thing he's told is, you're fired, and he lost his job over this. Now it is said that the school received a flat fee of £1,000 to contribute towards instruments or whatever, but there weren't any royalties involved. And it's only in 1996, when the law here changed in regards to copyright and whatnot, that they worked out that the kids were entitled to some royalties, and at that point someone worked out that they each should be entitled to about £500. So, did Pink Floyd pay for the whole school? No, they didn't. That's just a story that kind of started growing because of the participation of the kids. It does make for a good story though, but I think the real story is just as good, that in the end, yes, they did owe those kids some royalties at least. Now, of course, Pink Floyd didn't monopolize their studio. That would economically not make a whole lot of sense. So other bands have used this place as well. And one band that has been recording here, for example, was Joy Division. And whilst Joy Division is working in there one night, rather stormy night, heavy rain, there's a lot of banging on the door. And so they decide to come check out what's going on. And there's 4 bedraggled and rain-soaked Irishmen standing out there. And they would say that they're there to see Pink Floyd because they want to get a recording contract. And the guys from Joy Division say, get lost, they're not here, we're busy, bugger off. Now, I'll let you think about that one for a moment. And then just here on your left, are you guys familiar with Banksy? Yeah.
Is that a Banksy?
We're not sure whether it really is one. It does have a certain Banksy quality to it because who's on the motorcycle?
Queen.
Anyone?
The Queen.
Yes, a young queen. Now look at the street name. Windsor Street. And Banksy tends to come up with all these clever little connections. So we think it might be one, but we can't say for sure that it is one. Still, not necessarily music, but I think still a little bit rock and roll, having the Queen on a dirt bike jumping over stuff.